You wake up again. Same time, same silence. The man in the mirror. You haven't really looked at him in weeks, maybe months. When did you stop seeing yourself? When did breakfast become just coffee and routine? She used to say you had this presence, this energy. Where did it go? Is this just how life feels now, after 60? This quiet emptiness where fire used to burn? Or is there still a way back to the man who used to fill a room just by walking into it? What if I told you that your body is still listening, still waiting, still hoping you'll remember how to feed it properly? 3 foods, 3 simple foods that have been sitting in your kitchen, probably right now, waiting to wake up parts of you that have been sleeping. The first one you'll recognize, the second one you might remember from childhood, but the third one is going to surprise you. It's something you've been told to avoid your entire life, something doctors have warned you about, something that might be the key to everything. But first, let me tell you about Jim. Jim turned 73 last month. His grandson asked him to play catch. Jim said yes, but after 5 minutes he had to sit down. Not because his knees hurt, because something deeper felt hollow. You know this feeling. This quiet absence where strength used to live. Your body whispers instead of speaking. Your energy arrives in sips, not waves. And you start to wonder if this is just how it is now. Jim had been a carpenter for 47 years. His hands used to shape wood like it was clay. His arms used to carry beams that would take 3 men to lift now. But somewhere in his 60s, the strength didn't just fade, it vanished. Like someone had pulled a plug and let all his power drain away. He went to doctors. They ran tests. Everything came back normal. You're just getting older, they said. This is natural. But Jim knew the difference between getting older and disappearing. He was disappearing. His wife, Martha, found him one morning staring at his workshop tools. He hadn't touched them in months. I used to be able to build anything, he told her. Now I can barely open a jar of pickles. That's when Martha's sister, a nurse who'd worked with elderly patients for 30 years, told them something most doctors don't mention. Your body at 70 needs 5 times more zinc than it needed at 30. 5 times. And most men over 60 are running on empty. Pumpkin seeds, the food your grandfather ate but never called medicine. Each handful contains 30 milligrams of zinc, more than a multivitamin, more than most supplements. But here's what the supplement companies don't want you to know. Your body absorbs zinc from real food 15 times better than from a pill. Jim started eating them while watching the morning news. Just a handful. Like meditation you can taste. But he didn't just eat them. He toasted them with sea salt, made them part of his morning ritual, like prayer but for his body. After 2 weeks he noticed something. The fog that had been living in his head started to lift. After 3 weeks he picked up his hammer again, not to build anything, just to feel its weight in his hand. After a month he built Martha a spice rack, nothing fancy. But when he was done, he realized he hadn't sat down once during the entire project. I'm not 40 again, he told me when I met him, but I'm not disappearing anymore either. He showed me his hands, still weathered, still lined with decades of work, but steady, strong, present. The zinc in pumpkin seeds doesn't just support testosterone, it supports the enzyme that turns food into energy. The process that turns intention into action. The bridge between wanting to do something and actually doing it. You're not fading. You're just not being fed. Your body remembers how to be strong. It's waiting for you to remember how to nourish it. But zinc is just the beginning. The second food. That's where things get interesting. Margaret found her husband Tom staring at the bathroom mirror at 5 a.m. He'd been doing this for months, not looking at himself, looking through himself, like he was searching for someone who used to live there. "What do you see?" she asked him. "Nothing," she said. "Just nothing." Tom had been a marathon runner in his 30s, not professionally, just for the love of it. Every Saturday morning he'd disappear for 3 hours and come back glowing, literally glowing. His skin would have this warmth, this vitality that made Margaret want to touch him just to feel that aliveness. But at 62, something changed. Not his joints, not his stamina, his blood. He could feel it moving differently through his veins. Sluggish, thick, like old honey trying to flow uphill. His doctor called it normal aging. Tom called it dying in slow motion. He tried everything, supplements, exercise, better sleep. Nothing worked. His energy would spike for a few days, then crash back to grey. His skin lost that warmth. His eyes lost that spark that used to make Margaret smile from across the room. Then Margaret's mother, 89 years old, and still sharp as a tack, told them something she'd learned from her own grandmother in Sicily. The old men there, she said, they lived to 95, 100, and they all drank the same thing every morning. Blood of the gods, they called it, pomegranate, the fruit that ancient kings ate before battle. Not because it made them brave, because it made their blood sing. Each ruby seed contains antioxidants that most people have never heard of. Punicalagins, anthocyanins, words that don't matter until you understand what they do. They don't just clean your blood, they rebuild it. They tell your vessels to relax. They whisper to your heart to pump with purpose again. They carry oxygen to places that have been suffocating for years. Tom started drinking 8 ounces of pure pomegranate juice every morning. Not the kind with added sugar, not the kind mixed with other juices. Just pure, tart, almost bitter pomegranate juice. It tasted like medicine, because it was medicine. After 2 weeks, Margaret noticed something. Tom's skin started to have that warmth again, not the flush of embarrassment or fever. The warmth of blood moving freely, carrying life to every cell. After a month, he looked in the mirror and didn't look away. "I can feel my pulse again," he told her. "Not just when I check it, all the time. Like my blood is alive again." After 6 weeks, Tom went for his first run in 2 years. Not a marathon, just around the block. But when he came back, he was glowing. Margaret hadn't seen that glow in over a decade. The pomegranate doesn't just improve circulation, it improves the quality of that circulation. It's the difference between a river running clear and a river running pure. Your blood is still your blood. Your heart still beats the same rhythm it did when you were 20. It just needs to be reminded of what it's carrying, what it's fighting for. But here's where it gets really interesting. The third food, the one that's going to surprise you, the one that everything you've been told about nutrition has been wrong about, the one that might change everything. Carlos, 68, used to wake up ready for work, ready for her touch, ready for the day to begin. Now he wakes up, present, just present, not excited, not eager, just there. His wife, Elena, still reaches for him in the morning. Her hand finds his chest, and she waits. They both wait. For something that used to happen naturally. For something that used to be easy. Carlos had been a passionate man his entire life. Not just in the bedroom, in everything. He cooked with passion, he argued with passion, he loved with passion. But somewhere in his mid-60s, that fire started to bank. Not go out, just quiet down to almost nothing. His doctor prescribed pills, blue ones. They worked, technically, but Carlos felt like a fraud, like he was borrowing someone else's desire. Elena could tell the difference. They both could. It wasn't him anymore. It was chemistry pretending to be him. "I don't want to fake it," he told her one night. "I want to feel it again." Elena, who had been researching everything she could find about natural hormone support, discovered something that shocked her. Studies from the 1980s, research that had been buried by pharmaceutical companies, research about a food that had been demonized for decades. Are you ready for this? The third food that's going to surprise you? Egg yolks. Yes, egg yolks. The part of the egg you've been throwing away for 30 years because someone told you it would kill you. Here's what they didn't tell you. Egg yolks contain more cholesterol than almost any other food. And that's exactly why your body needs them. Because testosterone isn't made from protein, it's not made from carbs, it's made from cholesterol, pure, clean, dietary cholesterol. For 40 years, we've been told that cholesterol is the enemy, that it clogs arteries and stops hearts. But here's what the research that came out after 2010 showed. Dietary cholesterol has almost no impact on blood cholesterol. Almost none. The cholesterol that hurts you is made by your liver when it's inflamed and stressed. The cholesterol in egg yolks is exactly what your hormone factories have been starving for. Carlos started eating 3 whole eggs every morning. Not egg whites, whole eggs. The yolks bright orange from pasture-raised hens. He cooked them in butter, not oil. He seasoned them with sea salt, not table salt. He made it a ritual, not just a meal. But here's the part that surprised everyone. After 2 weeks, Carlos started waking up different. Not just physically, emotionally. He started feeling interested again. In things, in Elena, in projects he'd abandoned, in conversations he'd been avoiding. It's like someone turned the volume back up on my life, he told me. I didn't realize how quiet everything had gotten until it got loud again. After 6 weeks, Elena noticed something she hadn't seen in years. Carlos started teasing her again, playfully, flirtatiously, like he had when they were dating. Not because he was trying to, because he wanted to, because something in him had remembered how to want. The cholesterol in egg yolks doesn't just support testosterone production. It supports the production of all sex hormones. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, the chemical messengers that tell your body you're alive, that you're vital, that you're still in the game. I'm not 25 again, Carlos told me, but I'm not a ghost anymore either. He showed me his hands, still weathered from decades of work, but warm, alive, reaching for his wife again, 3 eggs, every morning, with butter, with intention, with the understanding that everything you've been told about nutrition might have been keeping you from the very thing your body needed most. Desire doesn't die, it just gets quiet, like a fire that's been banking its coals, waiting for the right fuel. Your body knows how to burn, it's just waiting for you to remember how to feed the flame. He looked in the mirror that morning and didn't look away, not because he saw the man he used to be, because he saw the man he still is, the man who just needed to remember how to take care of himself. Your body is still your body, your energy is still your energy, your fire is still your fire. They're just waiting for you to remember that being alive is something you do, not something that happens to you. The man in the mirror isn't gone. He's just been waiting for you to feed him properly, to love him properly, to remember that he's still here. What small thing will you try tomorrow to tell your body, I still care? A handful of pumpkin seeds with your morning coffee? A glass of pomegranate juice while you read the news? 3 walnuts with honey before you sleep? If someone came to mind while watching this, your brother, your friend, your father, send this to him. We're walking this path together. None of us is walking it alone. You're still here, and you're not done.